What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Important question I want to hit y'all with, man. What is it that you hate the most about yourself? And it's always real easy for us to talk about and express the things that we hate about other people or we dislike about other people. Sometimes people may use the word hate. Hey, man, hate is a real emotion. We're not going to act like there are things in the world that we don't hate. We can't act like there's people in the world that some of us don't hate. We can't act like that. But there may be things about ourselves that we truly dislike or even hate. And like I said, it's easy for us to point out those things in other individuals. We can even point out things that we hate about the world and how the world is run and certain entities, things of that nature. But the same way that in a community conversation, people would say, well, man, everything starts at home. In order for to make the community right, it starts at home. Well, home in this particular case is this vessel. It's this vessel. It's this body. It's this mind. And everything starts at home, meaning that if you really want to see real improvement or get on the road to real improvement, then we have to improve the things that we dislike about ourselves. Now, one of the toughest things, biggest problems that we have a lot of times is identifying what it is, and identifying the fact that there is something about us that needs to be fixed, that we need to hate, because a lot of our behaviors we don't even hate them, we don't even dislike them, we flat out enjoy some of it. You got people who do things and they really don't have a problem with how they move. You out there scamming folks, you out there jacking and robbing, selling dope, whatever it is you're doing, you think, hey, it's cool, especially if it's bringing in some kind of monetary result to your pockets, because we put more value on that than we put on um, the principles of morals and character and that type of stuff. So we got to even know that it's something about us that should be hated about ourselves. Now, there are others of us who clearly recognize our flaws, and we might say, "Well, man, what I hate about myself, man, when I start drinking, man, I just turn into a different person, bro. And I lose it, man. I go off. Oh, man, I got a bad temper. I hate that I'm not able to control my temper, man. When I flip out, man, I might just always ready to fight. Might smack my wife or some stuff like that. Um, or it may be something that uh, affects you in terms of saying, well, what do you hate? Well, I hate the fact that I allow people to take advantage of me. I'm too nice, man. I know that this person is trying to use me, but I'll still give them some money, if they ask, So we can, if we really be honest with ourselves, we can pick out things about ourselves that we want to correct because we don't like the results the result that it brings to us when we do those things. But we have to recognize them, number one, and we got to be willing to. We got to hate it enough to be willing to remove it. Oh man, I hate that I don't spend enough time with my children. I'm always working. I'm always doing this. I need to be better at communicate. It's something you can find, because ain't no angels walking around here. You a lie if you try. Oh man, well, I'm good. I'm good. Well, you need to hate the fact that you think that you're perfect, because none of us are that. So once you figure what that thing is, or you may know it immediately, or in some cases it might be more than one thing. It may be multiple things. then you start to go through the process of fixing those things and working on those things, because our ultimate goal should be to want to be a better person. That should be the goal. You know, who walking? Well, I ain't gonna ask that question, but I was about to say, who walking around here not wanting to be better? You know, not saying that, you know, it happens overnight, or we not saying that we moving fast enough to make it happen, but we should at the very least have it in our heart that we want to be better. We want to change for the better. You know, if you don't have that in you, then you just on demon time. You know, you got to steer. We got to steer clear of you. But regardless of what's going on, you know, you can't escape yourself. You can't escape yourself. And a lot of the things that we love, a lot of the things that we love could possibly be things that we really need to remove or change or fix, you know, about our own self. So figure that out, what it is that you hate about yourself. And I'm using the word hate, you know, because when I say hate, I'm speaking to people who um, have a conscience, who have some kind of moral uh, gauge that they live by. Because when you've done things or you do things that uh, cause you to feel remorse or regret, that means you have a conscience. And that means that those things are things that you, oh man, I hate I did that. You know, we've all been through that. Like, I can't believe it. I can't do that no more. You see what I'm saying? So that just points to the fact that, hey, you have a conscience. So I use the word hate because when you feel like that, then you know that it's something that you really got to fix and correct about yourself. All right, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to this channel. Also subscribe to our podcast channel, the Underground Dialogue Podcast, which airs every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Central Time right here on YouTube. And I will catch y'all with another one real soon. Peace.